In just a few moments, something unimaginable is about to happen in the skies above Scotland. A Boeing 747, one of the largest passenger jets in the world, carries hundreds of people across the Atlantic. Families, students, business travelers, all returning home for the holidays, unaware of the danger below. The cabin is warm and calm. Flight attendants move quietly down the aisles, offering drinks and snacks. Conversations float softly through the air, mixed with the gentle hum of the engines. Outside, the plane climbs steadily through layers of clouds. The setting sun casts a golden glow across the wings. But hidden deep within the cargo hold, a small, unassuming brown suitcase waits silently. Inside it, a radio device has been rigged with explosives. A timer ticks down, oblivious of the lives it threatens. No one on board knows, in just minutes, the seemingly ordinary flight will be transformed into a scene of catastrophe. When the explosion occurs, the metal frame of the plane will twist and tear. Passengers, luggage, and parts of the aircraft will be hurled into the freezing night sky. Below, in the quiet town of Lockerbie, residents are unaware of the approaching disaster. Children play. Families prepare dinner, and yet debris from the sky will soon rain upon their homes. Flames, smoke, and wreckage will engulf the town. 270 lives will be lost, leaving families shattered. What begins as an ordinary December night will evolve into one of the largest criminal investigations in modern history. Over the next decades, investigators will painstakingly piece together the puzzle of Flight 103. Yet even now, the full truth remains elusive. December 21st, 1988. Airports across Europe are filled with a mix of holiday cheer and travel chaos. Families hug. Children tug at their parents' hands. Students with backpacks chatter excitedly. Business travelers hurry along, checking watches and itineraries. At London Heathrow, the boarding gate for Flight 103 buzzes with energy. People queue, present tickets, and exchange polite smiles with gate agents. Behind the scenes, airport workers load bags onto conveyor belts. Each suitcase is meticulously scanned, or so it seems. Among hundreds of suitcases, one plain brown Samsonite quietly disappears into the plane's cargo hold. Its contents: a radio rig with bomb, a small device counting down to destruction. On board, passengers settle into their seats. Some chat quietly with companions. Others glance out windows, marveling at the winter sunset, the soft glow of clouds below. Flight attendants move down the aisles, offering drinks and assistance. The hum of conversation and the engine's low roar create a sense of calm. But beneath this calm, in the cargo hold, time is running out. The clock inside the suitcase ticks relentlessly. Seconds, minutes, counting down toward disaster. Outside the plane, the sunset bathes the wings in golden light, casting long shadows across the runway. Everything appears normal, but the ordinary night will soon turn extraordinary. Flight 103 is ready to depart, carrying not just passengers, but a story that will haunt the world for decades. 6:20 p.m. Engines roar to life. The Boeing 747 accelerates along the runway, lifting majestically into the fading winter sky. Inside the cockpit, pilots coordinate takeoff, expertly adjusting for wind and altitude. Their years of training prepare them for the routine of flight, never anticipating the impending catastrophe. Passengers lean back, some adjusting pillows, others closing their eyes for rest. Children press faces to windows, awed by the city lights below, unaware of what is coming. Flight attendants begin their routine service, offering drinks, handing out headphones, smiling politely. The hum of normalcy continues, masking the ticking bomb in the cargo hold below. The brown Samsonite suitcase waits silently. Its timer clicks toward zero. Clouds stretch endlessly beneath the plane, pink and gold from the setting sun. A calm, almost magical scene. But in just minutes, the serenity will shatter. The ordinary flight transforms into a deadly mid-air nightmare. Outside, the air is crisp. Inside, lives are filled with plans, dreams, and conversations soon to be interrupted in unimaginable ways. 7:02 p.m. The timer reaches zero. In the cargo hold, the bomb explodes. A violent shockwave tears through the plane's metal skin, ripping open the fuselage. Passengers scream as the cabin shakes violently. Overhead compartments burst open, sending luggage flying across aisles. Structural beams bend and fracture. The plane groans under immense pressure. Ceiling panels collapse. Windows shatter. The forward fuselage begins to separate. Air roars into the gaps, creating destructive turbulence inside. Debris, luggage, and bodies are hurled into the freezing night sky. The aircraft is no longer intact. It is breaking apart midair. Passengers clutch seats, pray, and scream. Flight attendants try desperately to maintain control. The engineers on board have no way to stop the chain reaction of destruction. From the ground, witnesses see fireballs streak across the sky, followed by debris falling toward the Scottish countryside. In a matter of seconds, a routine transatlantic flight becomes one of the deadliest acts of terror in modern history. Below, the small town of Lockerbie is bathed in the glow of early evening lights. Families gather for dinner. Children laugh and play. Suddenly, the peaceful night erupts in fire and sound. Massive chunks of aircraft strike homes, streets, and fields. Flames and smoke rise into sky. One enormous section of the plane crashes into a residential neighborhood, creating a crater the size of a football field. Entire houses are destroyed instantly. Debris rains over the town and surrounding countryside for miles. Vehicles are overturned. Trees are ripped from the ground. Windows shatter. Emergency responders rush in from all directions. Police, soldiers, and rescue teams work tirelessly to locate survivors, but the death toll is staggering. For the residents of Lockerbie, the unimaginable has arrived. A quiet Scottish town is now ground zero for an international tragedy. Images from the night spread worldwide. The scale of the disaster shocks a global audience. As dawn breaks, the full scale of the disaster becomes clear. Investigators, police officers, and volunteers arrive from across Britain. The crash scene covers miles of fields, streets, and forests. Every piece of wreckage is photographed, tagged, and cataloged. Suitcases, aircraft parts, and personal belongings are meticulously collected. Forensic teams begin reconstructing the plane, piece by piece, using hangars and warehouses. As they analyze the debris, traces of explosives emerge. The realization hits. Flight 103 was deliberately destroyed. Investigators work tirelessly, piecing together fragments, photographs, and eyewitness accounts. They uncover a puzzle of international scope, implicating foreign operatives, intelligence networks, and complex logistics. Each day, new clues emerge. The investigation spans continents, involving Scotland, the U.S., Germany, and Malta. The mystery deepens and the race for justice begins. The brown suitcase becomes the focal point of the investigation. Inside, forensic experts identify traces of explosives, wires, and a timer embedded in a radio device. Investigators trace its journey, from Malta to Frankfurt, then to London, before being loaded onto Flight 103. Each clue points to a well-orchestrated international operation. Evidence implicates intelligence networks and foreign agents, revealing a calculated act of terrorism. Over months and years, investigators identify suspects, collect witness statements, and gather forensic evidence. The suitcase reveals not just a method, but the audacity of the plot. Families of the victims await answers. The world demands justice. The investigation continues, layer by layer, revealing complexity behind this single act of violence. Decades later, the bombing of Flight 103 remains a haunting chapter in aviation history. Families mourn, investigators reflect, and governments are held accountable. Trials bring partial justice, yet questions remain. Evidence is challenged, testimonies debated, and motives analyzed. The tragedy leaves an indelible mark on aviation security protocols worldwide. Memorials honor the victims. Candles flicker in the night. Flowers rest on graves. For those who survived or lost loved ones, the story of Flight 103 is not just history. It is a lifelong shadow. Even today, the search for truth continues, and the memory of that December night endures.